Please welcome the President and CEO of the California Association of Health Facilities, Craig Cornett.
Good morning, and welcome to California. And welcome to San Diego. California's second largest city is known for its plentiful sunshine, sandy white beaches, and perfect temperatures year-round. On behalf of California's more than 1,300 member facilities, from Eureka to El Cajon, we are honored you are here in San Diego for the 69th annual AHCA NCAL Convention and Expo. Over the next few days, you will have the opportunity to network with thousands of your peers, participate in hundreds of education sessions, and hear some great speakers. The California Healthcare Association, or CAF as we call it, holds dear the same mission as many of you, to provide leadership and support and advocate for our members while working to improve the quality of care in California's skilled nursing and post-acute care settings. The member facilities and DD homes in our state association employ 140,000 Californians. They are a proud and mighty workforce working hard to serve those who need our care. Whether it is advocacy efforts, education opportunities, or the many other things we do for our members, we are there to help them. The past several months have tested a number of our members in both Northern and Southern California, with wildfires threatening the lives of residents, staff, and the facilities themselves. It has given us pause to reflect on the value of disaster preparedness and why training for such events is so crucial. We know you are also paying attention to this important issue. In your program, you will see that there's a lot going on at convention this week. But don't forget to have some fun, too. All kinds of activities and adventures are available during your free time. We invite you to see the San Diego that the locals enjoy, including the world-renowned San Diego Zoo, nightlife in the Gaslamp Quarter, and the scenic Balboa Park. You might also enjoy the Coronado Beach, the USS Midway, and the Point Loma Lighthouse. And you can find any kind of gastronomical delight that you can think of in this foodie paradise. Our profession has seen some major changes in the past year, with both challenges and victories. Let's take stock of what we have and prepare for the future. Take advantage of this week to learn from each other so we can continue to improve lives, improve care, and deliver meaningful solutions. Thank you, and enjoy your time in San Diego.
Now, please welcome the chair of the American Healthcare Association, Michael Wiley.
Good morning, San Diego. Well, I want to start off with something, and this is a secret, so I don't want anybody to let this out. Last night I got a call from the Department of Defense. And you may say to yourselves, why would the Department of Defense ever call you? Well, they witnessed me riding up and down the sidewalk on one of those little scooters. And they figure if they show video of that to the foreign countries, nobody will ever threaten us. I am the human Scud missile on one of those scooters. So welcome to San Diego. Thank you, Craig, for that warm California welcome. What a way to kick off this year's convention. The band was phenomenal, and Mark did a great job with the national anthem. All of you guys are dedicated to serving residents like Sylvia Holland every single day. I'm sure you know your own Sylvia. It's because of you that we see successes like this. I don't know of a group that is more deserving of the celebrations that will take place this week. Thank you for your tireless commitment and passion for compassion. Thank you. I also want to say thanks for taking the time to be here. Each year we strive to make the convention the pivotal gathering of long-term and post-acute care professionals. And each year it seems to get better and better. This week is the perfect time to connect with peers, learn, have fun, and most importantly, to lift each other up. That is invaluable as we work through the unique trials and opportunities in our profession each year. And what a year it's been. Once again, we've faced a multitude of change and challenge, but our ability to remain unified has kept us strong and allowed us to forge ahead with our mission to improve lives by delivering solutions for quality care. Convention would not be possible without the many dedicated individuals within AHCA and NCAL. They work tirelessly on your behalf. From past and present leaders on the AHCA and NCAL boards to committee chairs, state affiliates, individual facility members, and our vendors and sponsors. To them I say a sincere thank you. We also collaborate with some fantastic organizations, many of which are here with us this week. We appreciate everything that you do, and it's an honor to work with you. Finally, I would like to recognize several of the profession's leaders that we lost this past year. Doug Pendergrass proudly served his country in the Navy and was a Korean War veteran. He served as president of the American Healthcare Association and helped create the Texas Healthcare Association. Dick Stebbins also served in the Korean War as an Air Force pilot. He was a member of the Texas Healthcare Association for many years. He served as past president of the state association. Dick was also the recipient of the Better Life Award for his years of providing quality long-term care. Jim Giardina was a longtime board member and past president of the Missouri Healthcare Association. His advocacy for and service to the long-term care profession was recognized through many awards throughout his life, including the Missouri Healthcare Association Member of the Year and its President's Award. Jim McCormick, also a Korean War veteran, retired from the Wilmac Corporation in 2006. He served as administrator of Colonial Manor Nursing and Rehabilitation Center for more than 20 years, and he was a former board member of the Pennsylvania Healthcare Association. And one of my dear friends, Jim Unverfirth, was the owner and president of HCF Management. He was highly active in the community, serving on many boards, including the Lima YMCA, Lima Chamber of Commerce, Lima Memorial Hospital, and Ohio and Pennsylvania Healthcare Associations. Please join me in a moment of silence for all of these gentlemen. Thank you. Each year, we recognize the dedicated professionals who help improve the lives of our nation's seniors and individuals with disabilities. These organizations provide the tools and resources that we rely on to help us do our jobs every day. This year, I am excited to honor 6 of our top executive leadership partners. Each one has made generous contributions that help our association achieve annual goals. I invite representatives from each of these organizations to join me on stage. The first 2 partners that we recognize this morning have been working with us for many years, and I'm honored to say that they have again increased their financial support in 2018. My dear friend, Sean Scott, Senior Vice President of Post-Acute Sales for Medline Industries. Seema Delafraz, Global Sales and Marketing Leader, First Quality. And yes, today is Seema's birthday. 23 and growing old. We want to recognize 4 additional executive leadership partners this morning. They've been working with us for many years, and we would not be here without them. Russ DePriest, Senior Vice President and General Manager for Skilled Nursing at Point Click Care. Peter Feeney, Managing Partner, HealthCap. John Damgard, President and CEO, Matrix Care. Oop. Please join me in a round of applause for all of our executive leadership partners. Each year at convention, we have an opportunity to meet with hundreds of experts in our profession and learn about new tools that help in our mission to deliver solutions for quality care. This year's Expo Hall is no different. I would like to personally welcome back exhibiting partners and thank the new exhibiting companies for their support. Please be sure to visit the Expo Hall and meet with our partners today and tomorrow. Without them, this convention is not possible. Now, I'd like to ask Seema to return to the stage for a moment. First Quality has been a loyal partner for nearly 2 decades. I am proud to say that 2018 marks their 19th year as the official convention sponsor. We appreciate their support and know that they are the reason that we are able to be here this week. Please join me in thanking First Quality as we present Seema Delafraz with a special token of our gratitude.
Thank you, Michael. Good morning. Our team at Prevail by First Quality is proud to be the official sponsor of the 69th Annual AHCA NCAL Convention and Expo. We look forward to this event every year, and I'm excited to have already seen so many familiar faces. It is great to come together as one to strengthen our industry and support those individuals who look to us for better quality of care. It's safe to say we're all aware that the long-term care industry is rapidly changing. New digital technologies and product innovations are making their ways into our centers. Long-term and post-acute care providers are adapting to ever-changing financial pressures, and new regulations are always keeping us on our toes. The need for quality care is as important as ever, and we're continuing to improve. We're looking forward to celebrating those who show the utmost emphasis on quality at the 2018 National Quality Awards ceremony tomorrow afternoon. I hope you'll join us. Enjoy convention and everything it has to offer, the speakers, the networking, and the educational opportunities. I'm confident we will all leave inspired to implement new solutions, technologies, and strategies that help save facilities time and money throughout the coming year. Thank you again for Thank you again for being here with us this week.
This is the place where honor lives. This is a veteran's home, and we strive to make sure that they feel unique, important, and useful. This is my chance to give back to them.
You know, at one point in time, these guys said that no matter what, I will do whatever I can to protect you and your family, and I feel that they deserve the best care that they can possibly receive. And just being a veteran, I like participating in that care to help them have a better life and get the things they need.
Our residents have a higher rate of post-traumatic stress disorder. That at times comes out as anger or anxiety.
Needless to say, I didn't like it at all. You know, when I got back and he was calling us baby killers, and these other people have been through basically the same thing, and it helps to kind of rub shoulders with people that's been through it.
I think that it's good to have veterans together because there's that camaraderie. They build friendships, they have their meals together, they have stories to share. We design our activities plan so that our veterans feel unique, important, and useful. It's crucial to have that plan tailored for them.
Activities make a big difference because everything's done for you here, you know, taken care of by the nurses and aides, so you have a lot of free time.
My husband Chuck was in the Korean War, and he passed away here just shortly after I came here. When our anniversary was coming up, they fixed a special table for us, and there's flowers and a special meal, and they were so good to us. It was probably the last one that we celebrated together.
Hey, Rick.
Come on in.
What's going on there, my man?
Not a heck of a lot.
I brought you the pictures I told you I was going to show you.
Oh, gosh.
Does that remind you of some good times you spent on Hawaii?
You better believe it. I'm not kidding you.
The next thing you found yourself over across the pond?
Because I knew that was one-way ticket.
Yeah.
Vietnam.
Were you a pilot or what'd you do?
Door gunner.
Oh.
The life expectancy of a door gunner is 3 seconds.
Yeah, that was one of the worst jobs in Vietnam, wasn't it?
Vietnam,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
But shot down 8 times, blown down once, and then POW.
POW camp.
For near a year.
What happened? How'd you get out?
Escape and evasion.
Oh.
That's the one thing they've taught us, you know.
So you escaped and got away successfully. Here you are.
This is real life Band of Brothers, not just a movie. Awe-inspiring to me, and they deserve the best, and that's what we strive to do.
They're just amazing, amazing people. Even the guys who are the most challenging, they just get under your skin in a good way. He ended up passing away fairly suddenly, and I was shocked at the emotions that I felt. And you ended up missing that individual personality of that gentleman.
We want our veterans to know that they're still valued.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back the chair of AHCA, Michael Wiley.
Wow. That's all I can say about that video is wow. Our veterans' dedication and commitment to service is something to be honored. Would all the veterans in the audience please stand and be recognized? Thank you for your service. There's a line from the video that really stands out to me. In the beginning, a CNA who's a veteran himself states, at one point in time, these guys said that no matter what, I will do whatever I can to protect you and your family. I think that this sentiment is very relevant for our entire profession. Every day in our centers, all of you work hard to care for millions of people. And you do this despite facing a slew of challenges. This year has certainly had its ups and its downs. This morning, I don't want to stand here and recount all the issues that you've faced in the last 12 months. You know them all too well. Instead, I want to congratulate you on a job well done. You are making a difference. You are continuing to improve lives by delivering quality solutions for quality care. And for that, please give yourselves a rousing round of applause. It's important that your work continues. Long-term care is changing. It's evolving to meet the needs of residents and strict fiscal demands. We're seeing a transition to more regional, multi-facilities. Larger companies may not be as prevalent in the future. They could reemerge, but the merging of regional multis might be the new norm. Now, I'm using a lot of words like could, might, may, and you're probably sitting there and you want to ask me, what does the future hold for our profession? Well, I'm going to tell you that I don't have a clue. There are many possibilities, and believe it or not, it's really hard to predict the changes and the challenges that will happen. But no matter what, it's up to you. No, it's up to us to protect the future. Before we know it, my new favorite term, I think shortly we're going to develop an acronym for it, the silver tsunami will be upon us. More people than ever are going to need long-term care. It's our responsibility as leaders in this profession to stick together. Our challenges won't go away. They'll morph, and they'll continue to test our ability to adapt, whether that be reimbursement, regulation, you name it. I'll leave you with this thought. When you're having a very bad day, when you're worried about something that's affecting your center, when a new regulation is released that could have a significant impact on you or your center, or when you just need some encouragement, remember this mantra. No matter what, I will do whatever I can to protect you and your family. Thank you.
Please welcome the Executive Director of the National Center for Assisted Living, Scott Tittle.
Good morning. Michael's absolutely right. Long-term care is going through many changes. No one is 100% certain what will happen. The question now is, how will we face it? Will we fight it or welcome it? Will we ignore it or will we shape it? Now, my favorite TV show right now is The Crown. I especially love seeing one of my favorite historical figures, Winston Churchill, re-examined. Churchill once said, "A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. An optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty." Now, I hope you're all optimists. I know I am. And I've certainly felt that from many assisted living providers while traveling the country this year. That although we have struggles and the future is somewhat unclear, there are opportunities to shape the future, which many of you are already embracing. For example, many assisted living companies are looking into ancillary services to expand their operations and offer residents a more complete healthcare experience. Providers like senior housing managers and Juniper Communities, who have added primary care clinics, rehab programs, and care coordinators to their campuses. Such services make routine checkups easier and reduce ER visits. In addition, assisted living and skilled nursing operators are seeking ways to take more control over payments and resident outcomes. Just last year, in fact, Sunrise Senior Living announced it was now offering its own Medicare Advantage program. Other smaller providers in certain markets are looking into combining their efforts to create collaborative networks. iSNPs, DSNPs, PACE, MA plans. These are the exciting acronyms for operators in the future. The common thread here is that healthcare is moving towards all types of new partnerships between many different kinds of providers. We can no longer operate in silos. If we want to seat at the table, it means we must embrace technology and data, things that these partnerships demand. As the old saying goes, those with the most data win. We must also take advantage of our ability to be nimble in the market, thanks to state-based regulations. I could see our IOs running communities that specialize in chronic conditions. We all know memory care is where we're growing, but sadly, all major chronic conditions among seniors are expected to increase over the next decade. Could we see more communities that focus on Parkinson's disease, bariatric care, or diabetes? Not only will residents have higher acuity needs in the future, but they may also have less financial resources. Studies show that the baby boomers are the least financially prepared for retirement than any other generation. And I don't know if you've heard, but there are going to be a lot of them. Now, I'm heartened by providers like Garden Management Solutions that primarily serve residents relying on Medicaid. While it will always be important to serve our private pay residents, I anticipate more of you looking into the ways to expand affordable services in your communities. That means we're going to have to become more aggressive at the state and federal levels to advocate for protecting and even strengthening Medicaid so that more AL providers can participate. Lastly, we are very excited that not one but two assisted living communities finally achieved gold through the AHCA NCAL Quality Awards program. They are the very first freestanding AL communities to do so, and each of them is incredibly unique. Sunrise of Gurney comes from one of the largest companies in the country, a company that's made an unprecedented commitment to see all its communities go through the Quality Awards program. And the Maine Veterans Home of Machias is an independently owned facility in rural Maine. What these two facilities show us is that any AL provider, no matter your size or makeup, private or not-for-profit, can achieve our profession's highest honor. Both of these providers saw the opportunity in taking on this multi-year commitment. They recognized that earning gold would strengthen their culture, improve quality outcomes, motivate staff, put purpose behind process, and reinforce the meaning of mission. And now their current and future customers will hold them in even higher esteem thanks to this recognition. Assisted living must embrace this opportunity to improve the care we provide, to welcome data collection, to demonstrate success and identify those areas for improvement, and celebrate achievement, like through the Quality Awards program when it occurs. Now, all these providers I mentioned are showing us the path ahead. And while some opportunities may still be unknown, it's about the willingness to participate, to explore. Now, as any sports fan knows the old adage, the best offense is a good defense. But you can't win a game without some points, right? So you gotta play some offense. This is our chance to play offense. Let's not sit idly by and wait for changes to unfold, then determine our reaction. Let's create the change ourselves and figure out our own path to victory. It is our goal here at NCAL to help you take on these new adventures, to navigate the rough waters, and to come out even stronger than ever. That's why we've been at the forefront of quality and data collection and assisted living with the Quality Initiative, the Quality Awards, LTC Trend Tracker, and just released earlier this year, the AL Cost Calculator. It's why we continue to advocate on the Hill for common sense policies, including maintaining regulation at the state level and protecting Medicaid for vulnerable seniors. Our mission at AHCA NCAL is to improve lives by delivering solutions for quality care, and those solutions must be forward-thinking. So I hope you're like me, and you see the glass is half full, that our better days are ahead and the best is yet to come, but only if we take charge. To quote Churchill again, history will be kind to me, for I intend to write it. Thank you for embracing AHCA NCAL as your partner in these endeavors and for everything you do for our nation's seniors. Thank you.
And now, please welcome the chair of the National Center for Assisted Living, Ashley Blankenship.
Good morning. It's an honor to be standing here in front of y'all. Serving as your NCAL chair this past year has been a wonderful, enlightening experience. Looking back on what brought me here today, I can't help but thank the amazing role models in my life. You see, I came from a long line of strong women. My I would applaud that too. It is the year of the woman. My great-grandmother lived through the Depression and was able to save the family farm when my great-grandfather passed away. This was a time when women couldn't own property. Nevertheless, she saved it. She then went on to be one of the first women in Arkansas elected to a public office. In 1939. Another strong woman in my life is my mom. She was a single mother raising my sister and me while working as a CNA. She later became an RN while writing a book and opening a home health agency. And soon, she was running her own assisted living company. So naturally, I grew up in long-term care. My babysitters were the residents in a nursing home in Little Rock. I would sit around watching old westerns and eating Fig Newtons with Jack. And then Hazel, a woman who had lost her nose to cancer, would pretend to steal mine, and she's like, "I got your nose." I can tell you as a 3-year-old, that was a little traumatic, but now I can look back on that story and laugh. Those fond memories, as well as my summers that I spent with my grandparents and my great-grandmother, carved a special place in my heart for the elderly. But I did not immediately follow in my mother's footsteps. While I admired my mom and what she did, I wanted to make my own way in the world, to find the thing I was just as passionate about. So I earned my marketing degree. I became a flight attendant. I got my real estate license. I even opened a barbecue restaurant. So I wouldn't say I was aimless, just a little curious. When I finally moved back home to Arkansas, my mom needed an office manager to temporarily process payroll. Well, I think you know what happened there. I never left, and I never looked back. I found my passion. And even though I had seen the world, and I can make a mean brisket, and I love the thrill of the sale, nothing has been more rewarding than caring for seniors. Everything has led me to where I am today, and I'm proud to say that I'm a second-generation long-term care provider. Each of our journeys into this profession are unique, and they're important to remember as we look at the things from the other side, the employer side. How do we find the right people who weren't born into long-term care, but still love what they do and want to stay in this profession? It's at the top of everyone's minds today. We focus a lot of our time and energy making sure that the residents' experience is fulfilling, engaging, and empowering. It is my belief that we need to spend the same amount of energy on the staff experience. We need to look at them as our customers. So we need to build a culture that will make our communities a worthwhile place to hold a job and build a career. It has to be more than pizza parties and crazy sock days. It's about giving them meaningful things like flexibility, responsibility, and respect. One of our cooks, Gloria, we like to call her Glow, has complete autonomy in our kitchen. And with that freedom, she has gotten to know the residents' likes and dislikes to make them any meal they want. And we have no food complaints. That's unheard of. But she is also known as the work mom for our staff. We count on her when we're feeling down or tired. Glow sets the example for the kind of tight-knit atmosphere we want for our employees. We know we must appeal to their sense of purpose, promote their self-worth, and offer support through strong leadership. In essence, they need a parent and a friend, someone who will guide them, encourage them, listen to them, let them spread their wings, and be there to help them if they fall. Someone like my mom. She taught me, if you want something done, you gotta be willing to do it yourself. And that's the philosophy that has helped me so much with my staff. They know if they need help, I'll be right there with them to chip in. No one is above doing what needs to be done, and we have each other's backs. We know change is coming. For many of us, it's already here. Increasing state regulations, the persistent threat of federal regulation, a growing elderly population who has more needs and expectations, and an increasing demand for data, changing payment models, lower costs but higher quality. The list goes on, and I didn't give you that list to scare you. I feel assured because we have AHCA NCAL, our visionary boards, and a strong, united membership that will work together to face these challenges. But I feel even better when I know that back home, I'm part of a team that I consider family, who would do anything for our residents and for each other. By having this strong culture, I'm positive we can weather any change. So let's embrace the bonds we have formed, not just with our residents, but with our fellow colleagues. Let's support each other through difficult days and celebrate in times of triumph. And let's honor our diverse backgrounds that brought us to this moment, this profession, this common purpose to serve the elderly. Thank you.
My name is Mina. I was born in Iran. I coming here about 5 years ago. I know the United States is good for everybody, and I chose here. When I working here, I am very happy because I love my resident. They are need my help and my smile.
Columbus, Ohio has undergone a real boom. Our employment rate is one of the lowest in the state, and staffing absolutely is our #1 challenge, as it is for every one of my colleagues. Columbus has been a real supporter of immigrant communities in its history. We have large populations from Africa, the Middle East, quite a few refugees. Without our immigrant employees, we would find it very tough to be able to staff our community well. We have Mina, who's from Iran, Noi from Thailand, and many employees from other parts of Africa. We started a program, very casual. We paired up residents with staff members who needed help with the English language. And in doing that, both sides benefited.
It's been a wonderful experience. We've met every week and we've had our little conversations. We've learned about each other and our countries, and I just think it's been so worthwhile.
We talk about my family, my country history, and her family. We talk about everything.
You take care of 7 people.
Yeah, I hug everybody, and they love me. Yeah. And they always call me, Mina, Mina, come here, Mina, Mina, come here. That's why I love them. It's good for me because I am very happy working with them.
I'm sure that there are many benefits, but perhaps there are times that are difficult for you. How do you get through those?
Yeah, it's difficult for me, but I am happy.
Mina is a wonderful, loving, outgoing, cheerful person. You just kind of glow in her presence, and I just cherish our visits together and our friendship. And the idea that she would call me when she was back home in Tehran, and I thought, no, I'm not hearing this correctly. Oh, I said, I've never had a telephone call from that far away. That was just so dear of her. I brought tears to my eyes.
Foreign-born workers do a great job. You can see it in their actions, their dedication. You can tell in the faces of our residents. We've created a melting pot here. We have staff from all over the world.
You come from different country, different culture, but you still do the same thing I do. So we have to take care of the resident, make them happy. It's really hard work, but we try to make our job easier, work together. Teamwork make the dream work.
is a big challenge for me, but with my smile and with my hug, I can help them. I love everybody. I hug everybody. I enjoy it. I enjoy it because this is my mother. This is my dad. They need help.
While this is only part of what we have done to continue to stay competitive in the workforce market, it's a significant part. And these individuals are the driving force behind keeping our residents satisfied.
وقتی که به بیماران کمک میکنم از دل و جون خوشحال میشم، انگار به خودم کمک کردم.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President and CEO of AHCA NCAL, Mark Parkinson.
Well, it's so great to be here today, and I got to tell you, I've been backstage watching folks come out and make speeches. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do, to come out and speak to 5,000 people. It's pretty hard. Wouldn't you say that Ashley Blankenship and Michael Wiley are pretty amazing folks to chair NCAL and AHCA? Really incredible. Ashley with her passion, and Michael, I think Michael could give Conan or Jimmy Kimmel a run for their money. He's turned into a real pro. Let me tell you that we're just so happy that you're here with us in San Diego. Our goal is really simple. We want this to be the best convention ever. We want it to be a convention where you can relax, where you can have a good time, where you can enjoy yourself. But more than anything, I want you to go home from here and get busy knowing that despite all the challenges that we face, and there are lots of them, that we can make it through it. If we work hard, we can make it through it. And I tell you, we need some hope. The reason I think we need some hope is that this really is our toughest time ever. There we go. Every year that I've been involved in the business, and it's now been 25 years, we tell ourselves this is the toughest year. Have you heard that every year? It feels like it's the toughest year. And I'm always the calming voice that says, hey, we say that every year. This probably isn't the toughest year, and we're going to be fine. Well, this year I really can't be that calming voice. I do think we're going to be just fine, but I really do think this is our toughest time ever. The 25 years that I've been involved in this, I really think this is the toughest time. And that's because, in addition to all the normal stuff that we face, the huge Medicaid underfunding, the crazy regulatory environment, the plaintiffs' lawyers, and sometimes the press, on top of all of that stuff that we've sort of gotten used to, we face some new challenges, challenges that in some cases we don't have any control over. One of them is that we're having a hard time finding workers. The unemployment rate is 3.7%, and that basically means there's nobody out there to work. On top of that, our payment models are changing at a time when the demographics of the country just aren't quite there. Trying to calculate, there we go. And the problem with all of these changes in the payment models is that our length of stay has declined dramatically at a time when the demographics aren't there, and so the result is that we have a decline in occupancy. See if I can get that next chart. This reduced occupancy is a matter of simple math. The decline in length of stay combined with the demographics not helping us has resulted in this decline in occupancy. That has resulted in many gloomy predictions. There are people out there that are saying that independent owners won't be able to figure out PDPM. There are others saying that SNFs are obsolete, and still others saying that we won't survive the future. The question that we face is, are we going to let these negative ideas and predictions about us be true, or are we going to overcome them? Well, the first thing that you need to know is that people that make gloomy predictions are often spectacularly wrong. And we've seen this many times throughout history. This prediction was made back in 1903. The horse is here to stay, but the automobile is a novelty, only a fad. That was not the last dumb prediction that would be made. Then television came along. And what was said about television? Television won't be able to hold on to any market it captures after the first 6 months. People will soon get tired of staring at a plywood box every night. Apparently, they never met my kids. And then we had the same thing with the internet. When the internet came along, a lot of people didn't know what it would be, and unfortunately, the founder of 3Com, who you think would be known for being the founder of 3Com, is known for something else. He said, I predict the internet will soon go spectacularly supernova and in 1996 catastrophically collapse. It's not just predictions about, here's this prediction: Donald Trump will never be elected president. Now, what idiot would have said that? That was me. That was the day that he announced, and then that was me again, the day he got the nomination, and then 2 days before the election, that was me again. So just because people make negative predictions does not mean we're done. Does that mean, though, that we can sit back and do nothing? No, it doesn't. It's incredibly important that to make these predictions wrong, that we get super busy and we get super active, and there's 3 things that I think if you do, if you go home and commit yourself to all 3 of these things, I think we're going to be just fine. First, we've got to get ready for PDPM. The patient-driven payment model is not a tinkering of our payment system. It is a completely new system. It changes who we admit, how we admit them, how we will take care of them, how we monitor them while we take care of them, when we will discharge them, how we get paid, and everything else. The board is committed to be with you every step of the way to make sure that you can implement it properly. Folks that do it are going to do really well, and folks that don't get prepared are not going to do well. We've already entered into an agreement with an outside group that has created a toolkit that simplifies PDPM. It says these are the 4 core competencies that you need to do it. We rolled that out yesterday. We will be repeating that seminar again on Wednesday, but that's just the beginning. Starting in early January, we'll be headed all over the country to virtually every state to do full-day training that we need you to come to learn how to do this. And then starting in 2019 and then throughout 2020, we'll be issuing additional toolkits and having monthly calls to make sure that you figure out PDPM. Now, I know that most of you will start working on this right away and you will be ready, but some of you will not. And how do I know that? I know that because of what we went through with PBJ. You remember PBJ? I knew the people that were going to be ready for PBJ. They would come to me and say, 6 months out and say, Mark, we have a team that's working on PBJ. We're going to start submitting our data early. We're going to see how it goes. We're going to correct if there's mistakes. And they were ready for PBJ. And it's gone pretty well for them. And then there's another group. Yep. These are the people that would come to me about a month or 2 before it went into effect and said, what do I need to do to get ready for the PB&J thing? The PB&J. And as soon as they said that, I knew that they were in trouble, because I think we all know that PBJ is payroll-based journal. PB&J, that's something entirely different. That's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Do not be the person that comes to me in next August or September and says, what do I need to do to get ready for PD and PM? Not only will you not be ready, we will make fun of you on the stage in Orlando next year. So first task, get ready for PDPM. Second task, continue to get better. Keep getting better. Now notice I say keep getting better, not get better. And the reason I say keep getting better is because it's very clear that both on the SNF and on the AL side, we're already doing a great job. These are the things that CMS measures for quality outcomes, and on virtually all of them, and certainly on all the ones that matter, we're making a huge success at getting better on all of these QMs. But we have to keep getting better and better. That's what the future is all about. It's ironic, as I run around the country and talk to providers, the providers that I talk to that are basically in it to try to make money, that want to talk to me only about their EBITDA and their ROI and all this kind of stuff, those folks usually don't make money. They cut corners, they make short-sighted decisions, and it doesn't work out. When I talk to folks that are passionate about quality care and providing amazing care to the folks at the bedside and person-centered care and all that, ironically, those are the folks that usually succeed. And once again, we want to be with you every single step of the way. The single best way for you to keep getting better is through the AHCA Quality Award Program. It is time-tested, It's Baldrige-based. It is for real, and if you do it, you will get better. The data make that very clear. We're now able to measure how folks have done that have gone through the program, and on all the QMs, they do better. On 5-star, they do better. And on the bottom line, when it comes to actually making a profit, whether it's occupancy, margin, bad debt, they do better. So if you haven't entered the Quality Awards program, apply for bronze this year. If you've been a bronze, apply for silver. If you've been a silver, apply for gold. And if you're gold, mentor other people in your organization. The folks that survive and thrive in the future will be the super quality providers. Finally, the third thing is that we all collectively have to get active. Over 65% of our reimbursement on the SNF side is Medicare and Medicaid. On the AL side, an increasing number of people are involved in home and community-based service. If we're not very, very involved politically, we won't win. And again, we want to be with you every step of the way. Consider coming out to congressional briefing next June. Have tours in your building for your state legislators or your members of Congress. Stacy and I used to do it for the residents. The residents love it. And finally, get involved in our political efforts, whether it's our PAC or one of the 180 events that we host every year. It's really important that you get active and politically that we're very, very strong. Finally, I want to end with a quote from Jack Welch, the great former CEO of GE. Jack Welch said something I think really summarizes where we're at right now. And it really echoes Scott's comments and Michael's as well. Control your own destiny or someone else will. We can sit back and look at the predictions that have been made about us, and if we do nothing, those predictions will prove to be true. But if instead we take those predictions as a challenge, we work super hard. We get ready for PDPM and other payment models that come down the road. We continue to get better. We stay united, and we get and continue to be active politically. If we do those three things, we will be controlling our destiny. Our future won't be determined by legislators who don't understand the difference between Medicare and Medicaid. Our future won't be decided by regulators or plaintiffs' lawyers or the occasional bad story that appears in the newspaper. If we do those three things, we will control our own destiny. The 3 million people that live in our buildings every year, the millions of people that we employ, the families of our residents, they're all counting on us to do this. Our work is so important, it's so vital, that we've got to get this done. On behalf of the 90 or so folks that work at AHCA NCAL, it is just a privilege and an honor to represent you in this battle every day. Thank you for allowing us to do this. God bless you, and have a great week here in San Diego.